let's add names to our users. Right now, if we go into our text editor and go into our schema, you'll see that our users only have email, a password, and all of these other things. They don't have a name column. So what we'll want to do is let's go and find create users, the devise migration file here, and I'm just going to add a column, add it down here, t.string name. So we're going to add another column, and then what we're going to do, rake db migrate reset. Now ideally you would have done this in the beginning when you first installed devise, but now we're just going to basically clear out our whole entire database, and when we do that, it'll give us the name column on our devise table, our user table. So now if we take a look at our users table, you'll see that we have this new column right here called name. Now that's not enough. You'll notice that devise doesn't generate a user's controller, so you can't find that anywhere. What we'll need to do is go into our application controller and then add in a few extra things here. So I'm going to call this configure permitted parameters. So this is just a method that I'm creating right now. And devise has a method where it allows you to essentially do what we would do in a regular controller. So let me just show you what this means right here. So we have this devise parameter sanitizer for when somebody signs up. So basically, like this gigs controller, you know how we have to add all of these strong parameters here for our gigs. Well, because we don't have a user's controller, we have to use device's method right here to essentially add in the name parameter, allowing people to add a name and saving that to the database. So I'm just going to copy this 3 times because we want to do it for the sign up, sign in, and the account update. And what we'll need to do here is before action configure permitted parameters if and only if it's the devise controller. Alright, now we'll see here, let's just go into our Rails console. We don't have anything here, so we do user.last, we'll get nil. Let's just do a refresh here. Before action, before action. Save it. Here you go. Now when we sign up, well we don't have a, well first off, this isn't styled correctly, but essentially it's asking for us to sign up here, and we don't have a name field here. So let's just go add that quickly. So registration, new, and we can just take this here for now, copy paste it, put name in here. We don't need the autofocus, and this should be a text field. Now do a refresh. Good. So now if we put Bob at example.com, Bob Green, PW for my password, sign up. Now if we go to our Rails console and do user.last, you'll see that the name is right here. So that's how you add name to your users. Again, ideally in the migration file that devise creates for you when you initially install devise, you would have added this in the beginning, but that's perfectly fine. We can add it here now and just again get rid of our whole entire database and rebuild it up. Now because we did that, we'll have to run our seeds file again, because you'll see here we don't have any of our gig listings. So let's go to our seed file first, So user create faker internet dot email, and then let's put in a name here, so that now that we have a name column, we can put a name, assign a name in here. So we'll use the faker gem to do that for us, and it has a module or a method that goes through and puts in a fake name. And then here we'll have to put in a name here as well. Ah, this was wrong to begin with. This should have been bob@example.com. Sorry about that. And then the name should have been Bob Green. There you go. So typo there, but that's okay. So now when we do, let's exit out of here, our rakedb seed, and then jump back into the Rails console, all of our users should have a name. Take a look at our server, and that's taking a little bit longer. Oh, it's taking a little bit longer because it still has to create all of our listings. That's right, our gig listings, because we're having it sleep every quarter of a second so that it can geocode it. Rails console, user.last. You'll see this person has a name here. User, let's just find the last 5 users. So Nathan Harris. So good, all of our users have a name now. So that's how you add a name to a device. If we do a refresh here, fantastic, it works for us. The next thing that I want to do then is to clean up these device views. So right now it's just out of the box, has barely any styling in it. In our next video, our next lesson, I want it to actually look nicer and we can style it.